Hello and welcome to another demonstration. Today we will be looking at a bot built for a restaurant. However, this is a fictitious restaurant, just for your information. Its main task is to interact with users, to take their orders, and to send their orders directly to an online database system on which people from the restaurant can then view orders and basically take care of the order from then on. It is integrated to WhatsApp and can be integrated to Instagram and a few other channels. However, for the purposes of this demonstration, we'll just be interacting with it over web chat. As you can see, that is where I am right now. So let's go ahead and get this interaction started. So you can see that the bot has responded. Hi, good evening, welcome to BlueJay's chat to order. And it's explained that it's an AI assistant, which is something that's very important nowadays. You have to make sure that you inform the users that the bot is interacting with an AI system, just for the purposes of safety, I guess, and basically just to make sure that they're comfortable with it, because obviously some users would rather interact with the business itself. So yeah, let's go ahead and say I want to start an order. I want to start. Then you can see it has started a new order and it has asked us to add an item. So this bot is very similar to one of the others that has previously been demonstrated, in the sense that it collects the order over WhatsApp or whatever channel it is and then sends it off to an online database or platform where it can be dealt with. So users would first of all need to have access to details about the stuff they can order. So that can be like a PDF of the menu, or maybe just they can hop on your website and check out what the restaurant has to offer, so that by the time they come to interact with the bot, they know exactly what they want. However, the bot can also recommend certain stuff. So if the user comes in and says, you know what, I don't know what I want to eat this evening, but I'm looking for something that's very fulfilling, and that is a chicken dish, then the bot can also go through its knowledge and check what it knows and then recommend a few things to the user. So, but for the purposes of this demonstration, once again, that's a much longer process. So I already know what's on offer, so let's go ahead and add an item. Once again, users can either click here or can go ahead and type it in, but the buttons are just more convenient, especially when there's a lot of steps to an order, such as can be in the case. So I know that one of the items is the beef steak combo, and let's say we want it with masala, chips, passion juice, and well done steak. So you can have certain items on your menu that come with other things. So for example, the beef steak comes with masala, with a choice of chips or rice, whatever, and then comes with also a choice of juice, and then also comes with a choice of how you want the steak to be done, well done, medium rare, etc. So basically what the bot does, it checks the user's input to see if the user has already clarified each of those different items, whether they want and clarify that they want a certain juice, a certain clarify that they want a certain accompaniment, or a certain any other detail that needs to be clarified, in this case such as the steak, to see whether it's well done, medium rare, etc. If such a detail is not clarified by the user, then the bot would go ahead and ask, and I'll show you that in just a minute. And then it also asks for the quantity. This can be very important in other industries as well, where users place orders for stuff, but they place in bulk, right? So they don't order one item at a time. So this can be another very useful feature. So let's go ahead and say 2 plates, please. Then you can see it has added the item to the order, and then it asks if we want to add another item, or if you want to view the items on the order. But I want to demonstrate to you the feature, what it would look like if I had not clarified that I want well done steak, passion juice, masala chips, etc. So let's go ahead and add another item, and let's add the same exact item. Let's say the beef steak combo. This time I didn't clarify masala chips, passion juice, or the well done steak, and let's see what it says. So you can see it has now asked what choice of steak, because I did not clarify. So let me say medium rare, please. And then once again, I also didn't clarify the accompaniment. So let's go with chips. And then again, I also didn't clarify the choice of juice, and it's going to ask that. You can see this item comes with a complimentary glass of juice. What juice do you want? I want the carrot juice. Then how many of this item should I add to the order? Let's just say just one. Perfect. So now you can see it has added the items to the order, and just for the sake of adding one more thing, let's go ahead and add a drink. So let's go with add another item, and let me say I want to have Nutella cookie milk chip. So obviously I already know what's on the menu. However, users who interact with the bot would also need to know what's on the menu. Let me add 3, please. And you can see it has added the items to the order, and we can go ahead and view what's on our order so far. So you can see beef steak combo with well done steak, masala chips, passion juice times 2, and then the beef steak combo with medium rare steak and carrot chips, carrot juice times 1, and then the milkshake times 2. So I also want to go ahead to show you the so as you can see, it has added all that stuff to the order, and everything that we've gone over here has been added to the order with all the extra details that we've been able to play around with and select, and the different quantities as well. So you can see times 2 on this, like we mentioned, and then times 3 on the milkshake, and times 1 on the beef steak that we placed. And then we can also go ahead and do stuff like removing items. So let's say I want to remove the medium rare steak. Actually, let's remove the milkshake. Can I remove the Nutella cookie milkshakes? And you can see it has removed it from the order, and then we can go ahead and proceed from there on. So you can see now that it has shown us what's on the order so far. As you can see, it has removed this, and now what remains on the order, these are the items, and then we can go ahead and finish the order from then on. So of course you can add more items, which I've already shown you. We can just cancel and exit. We can restart the order, we can remove items like I've just said, and then let's go ahead and finish the order. So let's see, I'm done. I want to finish the order. So users can either make selections from the buttons over here, or they can just type out what they want to do, and the bot would analyze it essentially, and then provide take them down the relevant path. So as you can see, it has provided a total order amount for the order, 170,000 Uganda shillings, 500, and then it has provided some other options as well, such as submit the order, cancel, edit the order, which would then take them back to here and allow them to add and remove stuff depending on their choice. So let's go ahead and submit the order and see how that goes. So from there you can see it asks if it should put the order under the name Inokomu. This is because this bot remembers that I previously ordered from this store, from this restaurant, and thus this is just to make things way faster for people who, let's say, would make multiple orders within a week, or multiple orders within a few days, multiple orders within a month. This is just so that they don't have to constantly enter my name is Enoch, and then also enter my name is my phone number is this, etc, etc. So the bot remembers users and can also be trained to remember their frequently ordered items, such that it kind of helps them make their orders as well. So this is the very cool thing about AI, is that it really comes on board to support people, right? So if you really want to support your customers when they're placing orders, this is the way to do it, because it will enable them to be able not only to place orders much more with much greater speed, but then also it remembers exactly what they usually order, and thus it kind of provides this sense of connection between the restaurant and the user, because the user feels like they are a regular person at the restaurant. So let's go ahead and yes that. So as you can see, it's now asking for the phone number, but with the same thing as the name. If I had previously input a phone number into the system, it would be able to ask me whether I want to use the same number as before, and then I'll be able to continue on from there, rather than having to enter the same number over and over again every single time I place an order. So however, this time it's asking for the number as I haven't entered it in before. So let's just go ahead and put that in as 0712345678. And then you can see it goes on, it sends the order to the system, and it generates an order ID just for my follow-up, and then just a quick thank you message. And then like the product bot as well, the user can continue to ask questions and to make any other inquiries towards the system, and it will respond accordingly. However, if we come over here, you can now see that over here, appearing in the inbound section under order ID 673375, which is the same order ID we have over here, is a new order with the name, customer name, the total order cost, and the phone number, as well as all the items that were added to the order. And then from here, it can then be processed by the people at the restaurant, and then taken from section to section under preparation, delivery, delivered, etc. And then at the end of the process, there can then be additional automation, such as to automatically add the customer to a list of customers for the purpose of tracking customer data such as lifetime value, etc., or to add the order amount to the orders for that week, or to maybe even check and scan what meals were ordered and then deduct the relevant amount of each item that was used in preparing that meal from the stock, so that the system automatically deducts the stock amount as certain meals or certain dishes are made, depending on the different items that are used to prepare that dish, right? So that way, even the system is the stock level for the restaurant is automatically updated, and when it runs below a certain level, the system can then go ahead and place now automated orders to suppliers, or send automatic notifications to kitchen managers, etc. So you can then grow it out from here and expand it so much further than just this system alone. So as you can see, that's a demonstration. Very quick, very simple, very straightforward. As always, leave below in the comments any other recommendations, any suggestions, anything that you would want to add to the bot. And if you'd like to get this done for your business, if you'd like to see something like this implemented in your business, or you'd just like to find out how it would work, how it would be able to be adapted to your scenario, please do send an email to info@ivflowdma.com, and we will get back to you as soon as possible.